have 30 days to confirm if indeed you are a registered voter, your polling station, and whether your details have been entered correctly during the voter registration exercise. Now, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, says the exercise starts tomorrow and will run until the 9th day of June, and that there will be no extension of the deadline. And as our Moremi Mwangi now begins our coverage tonight, voters in the diaspora will also verify their details.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati will yet again be the man to watch for the next 30 days as the electoral body begins verifying voters' details of some 19.5 million Kenyans registered to participate in the August 8th elections. A process which will happen simultaneously with the ongoing cleanup of the voters' register.
Upon expiry of the 30 days of verification as provided for in the law, we revise the register of voters to take into account any changes in particulars arising out of the verification process.
And that is where we want to have as many people as possible go out there. Remember that it's not just the biometric verification, it is also looking and seeing if you have some disputed voters on the list.
By the machine. This simple and portable yet sophisticated gadget being one of the 10,000 distributed across the country for the verification exercise.
Your ID.
A voter will be required to produce either their national ID or passport, depending on the document they used for the registration. And here, the ID or passport number will either be scanned digitally or entered manually on this device to produce details of the voter.
Present yourself physically to a registration center where you intend to vote. That is key. So after you present yourself, then the other thing you need to come with is the document that you used to register. On the tablet.
A voter will then be required to place a finger on a scanner affixed to the tablet to retrieve the biometric details.
The voter is allowed to place the finger on the tablet. Here, this is where the scanner is. And then you see it is giving me the details, all the details of that voter, the names, and even the polling station where she is supposed to go and verify from biometrically.
But Chebukati says a special consideration will be made for the physically handicapped voters, such as those without arms or fingers, for scanning of biometric details during the voter verification and even on the actual voting day.
We shall have specifically a form which will be filled by the presiding officer. It will be signed by the applicant, that person you are talking about. It will be signed by the agents.
Diaspora voters registered in Burundi, Rwanda, South Africa, Tanzania, and Uganda will also verify their details between 15th and 30th May. The IEBC has hired some 20,000 clerks for the month-long exercise. The electoral body says distribution of the kits will partly be guided by lessons learned during the last phase of mass voter registration.
We're using exactly the same model that we used for registration of voters. And so we are ensuring that we have more than 21,000 clerks and their assistants who will be out there. And we are ensuring that at least each ward, you have several kits, and the distribution is exactly the same way.
With the stakes high in the August elections, the spotlight will no doubt be on top political players to mobilize their supporters to turn out in large numbers for the voter verification exercise. Moremi Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.